Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, I am talking changes at The Ordinary, but we're also going to widen the scope a little bit, and we're going to look at the other Deciem brands too, such as Hylamide and NIOD. The reason for filming this is I did a recent video covering the Deciem Takeover by Estee Lauder companies. I'm going to leave a link to that video up there. And in that video, I said I was totally on board with continuing to support the brand as long as nothing changes, as long as there was no change to their ethos, their price point, integrity, and their cruelty-free status. I also committed in that video to sharing with you any changes that do happen so that we can all be informed consumers when we come to make that purchase. Well, the rate of change has been a little bit quicker than I thought it was going to be, so I'm going to sit down in this video today and share with you the things that have changed and my thoughts and feelings. Of course, with any change, some things change for the better and some things obviously change for the worse, so we're going to break it apart and I'll share my feelings. So, if you want to know a little bit more about the recent changes to The Ordinary, NIOD and Hylamide, keep on watching. I've got an awful lot to cover in this video. We're going to take a look at disappearing products, increases in pricing and changes to terms and conditions. We're going to look at the revamped, relaunched website, the new regime builder, and the disappearance of consumer reviews on the website platform. So if one thing interests you more than the other, I've left timestamps below so you can use those to jump to the part of the video that's most of interest to you. But let's get straight on into it with the thing that shocked me the most, and that's disappearing products. I was merrily searching to make a repurchase of my Hylamide SubQ skin, which you guys know is one of my absolute favourite serums. In fact, it featured in my top 10 serums of 2020, which I'll leave a link to that video up there. I used that link to go straight through to make my purchase. Error message. I then Googled it, couldn't find the SubQ skin anywhere, went onto the Hylamide website and it just was removed from sale. The same thing has been reported as happening with the Deciem Mist, which is a NIOD product, a great antioxidant mist that I also love. Neither of them were available for sale for a couple of days. I reached out to Deciem and said, what's going on? Have these been removed from sale completely? And they said, oh no, thanks for bringing this to our attention. It must be a glitch or an error with the website. Quite a few people were reporting this, and if you go on some of the chat rooms and stuff, the same response was given, that it was a website issue rather than them discontinuing either of these products. Huge sigh of relief. I checked before I filmed this video this morning and you can now purchase the Hylamide SubQ skin again and the Deciem Mist. I actually put an order on for both of them just in case the same thing happens again. So do not worry, you can actually reach out and buy both of those products. Whilst I think a lot of people are looking for changes on the back of that takeover by Estee Lauder companies, I haven't actually seen any product line changes yet. And I'll give it to these, these two products could just have been a glitch. Just happens to be two of my favorite products, but you know what? I don't think there's going to be any long-term discontinuation that I can see so far. This then moves on to changes in pricing. So I've had a couple of people reach out to me saying that the pricing for their favourite products has increased in Australia, New Zealand and the Far East. This isn't something that's happened here in Europe, the UK or over in North America that I can tell, but a lot of people in those territories have been saying that prices have increased slightly. Again, I reached out to Deciem to query this because one of the things I was most concerned about with the takeover by a multinational corporation is that price creep would happen. We saw it with Paula's Choice. We didn't want to see it again with NIOD, Hylamide and The Ordinary. However, Deciem said there was no attempt to increase prices. This wasn't on their agenda. It isn't something they're planning on doing. They do amend pricing in certain territories due to currency fluctuations. I'm not an economist. I don't know anything about exchange markets and all of that, but it does seem reasonable that, as currencies do change, brands should be able to amend their pricing slightly to take account for that, and that's something that's happened here. I am going to keep a very close eye on this because a lot of the time, some brands will use currency fluctuations and all these highfalutin terms that we, us laymen don't understand to allow price creep by the back door, because I notice prices always go up when it comes to currency fluctuation, but they never fluctuate down. So let's keep our eye on that and see what happens. I don't blame a brand for wanting to adjust their pricing when things happen to currency changes, but we do need to keep our eye on this to make sure it's not a long-term trend. Similarly, some changes terms and conditions on the free shipping have happened, but this is something that's been reported a lot over in Asia, where the minimum order quantity for free shipping has increased. Again, this could be as a result of just changes to pricing in those markets in terms of delivery costs and things. And obviously, I applaud Deciem for still offering free shipping. I think it's great when brands offer free shipping internationally because I think that allows it to be most accessible to everyone. I don't mind a minimum order quantity because it's rewarding loyalty. We'll keep a close eye on that. But so far, I don't think there's anything to worry about from these smaller changes to pricing which has happened. Now, we did have one huge change which coincided with the announcement of the takeover, which was the redesigned, revamped website. And this website is keeping with the same brand ethos and design, but it's much more user-friendly in my opinion, and it works quite more streamlined and it's easier to find. They've added new categories such as skin concern, so you can search product by skin concern, active ingredients, you can look at excluding certain things from your routine and stuff. I just think it's very much more user-friendly than the old website was. So that's definitely a change for the better. Unfortunately, one negative thing has happened with this website redesign, and they've removed the customer review section. I used to love this section because you could go in and they always kept in the negative reviews as well as the positive ones, and I applauded Deciem for that because it's totally transparent and it helps us as consumers work out what's going to work for our skin type and read other people's real life feedback. So many brands, if you go on their review section, it's all like 5 stars, 10 out of 10, best product ever. It's all lies. We can see through that, and we know that they delete the bad reviews and just keep the good ones. Well, Deciem never did that, and I always applauded them for it. However, that's all gone now, and I think this is a real shame. It reduces that transparency. I don't know why they do that. I don't know what there is to hide from doing this, and I think it just limits our understanding of products because we can't then engage with people to understand how it's going to work in the real world. I reached out to Deciem and they said, do not worry, the review section is coming back. But this kind of just doesn't wash with me, because I know when you do a website redesign, it's a multi-million-pound project that takes place over months and years. No real reputable company does all of that, thinks, oh, it's not quite ready, oh, we'll launch anyway, and we can always add these things later. That just doesn't happen. I think what happened, for whatever reason they decided to remove that section from the website, they got a lot of pushback from people, and I've seen on their Instagram, a lot of people have been calling this out and saying, what's happened and why has this happened? It doesn't look good from a transparency perspective, and so they've decided their answer will be, oh, it's coming back. We do know from Deciem, if anyone remembers the salicylic serum, that's been promised to be coming back for years, and that has never materialized. So, you know, the proof of the pudding will be in time, but I just don't see why this would be coming back. You wouldn't launch a website that's half finished. I don't think we're going to be seeing those review sections back, and I think that is a real shame, both for transparency and in terms of leading the way. I wish more companies would do this, and now that The Ordinary aren't, where's the impetus for other companies to up their game and actually fill this void? I think this is a real shame. Now, finally, we're going to come on to their regime builder. This is the replacement for their ambassadors. If you remember, you could do like a live chat with one of their ambassadors that help you to understand the products and piece together your routine. They've done away with that on the website, and they've automated it into a regime builder. I've left a link to this below. Have a play around, let me know what you think and how good it is. I filled it in for my skin type, and actually I think it was a reasonably good system. It helped me piece together a routine, and it did tell me the order that I should do the products in, which I think is really useful. I appreciate why they've done this. Having someone actually answer every single question is labor intensive, so brands should automate these things if they can. It helps save time and money, and it gives a better customer experience if they work. Okay, there's been a few glitches with the regime builder. They don't recommend products for acne. That's because they say acne should be treated in a medical profession. Go to your dermatologist, esthetician, or doctor is the feedback you get if you click acne as one of the options. Overall, that I don't think is a bad thing, because I'd rather brands were honest and said this isn't for us, rather than saying, oh, our products will cure your acne, just use these. So I do like that honesty when it's built in, and I think this regime builder could be a really good tool that people have been calling for years. I'm really glad that they've actually delivered it. So overall, what do I think of these changes that have happened? Well, I think it's a really bad decision for Deciem to launch a fully revamped and changed and altered website literally within a week of announcing a takeover by a multinational corporation that a lot of your fans and hardcore fans aren't a huge fan of. I think this is an oversight, because whether it's that cause and effect, it doesn't matter. We know that this website redesign has taken years to do. This wasn't done in a week as a result of that takeover. But because the two are so close together, people are going to assume the takeover has led to this, which then leads people to think, well, of course, that's why they've removed the review section and things like that. So I think this was an oversight on Deciem's part, and I don't know why anyone would sign that off or do that. I think when you're being taken over by a multinational corporation, you kind of should leave a good amount of time before you start making changes, so people don't associate the two things as being cause and effect. But I'm not a business analyst, that's just my thought as a consumer, but they're free to do whatever they want. I am a little bit worried that some of these price changes, like I say, fluctuations are allowed, but fluctuations never really happen downwards. Always seem to fluctuate upwards, and so we need to keep a close eye on that price point, because I don't want The Ordinary to be taken from a great drugstore brand into anything that sort of becomes mid-market. I think then it would lose some of its appeal. I'd love to know what your thoughts and feelings are on the regime builder, so leave me a comment below if you've tried it out, or how this has shaped your thoughts and feelings of Deciem as a brand. I am disappointed that they've removed, I think the thing that most disappoints me is that they've removed that customer feedback section. That was really invaluable and was market leading, and I think this is a real retrograde step that hopefully fingers crossed, they will change in the coming weeks. And I'm just thankful I can still get my hands on my SubQ skin. So I would recommend, if you do want to continue to purchase from The Ordinary and have one of those cult favourites that you want to get your hands on, do like me and make a purchase so you've got one in stock, just in case there are any more glitches. But hopefully these things will iron themselves out. Wherever you are in the world, I hope this has added a little bit of context to the thing that's going on at the moment and allayed some people's concerns and fears, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.